Two, one, go. We have Miss Davis and Miss Williams in the studio with us today with their entrepreneur enthusiasm. It is nothing like walking into the studio and feeling the warmth of two beautiful women preparing for me. They're ready for me. And let me tell you what love feels like. I had a 11 o'clock meeting today with Ms. Davis. Yes, I did. And I was hungry. Yes. And I was hungry. And I'm going to tell you, this is a time for love and compassion. If ever there was a time for love in business, is when the pandemic, like this time, this season, we are in the homes of people. Like people are working from home more than ever in business. Like you are seeing people's homes, you are meeting people's families, you are like, how you doing, Mr. Jones? You should be in the studio. What's going on? Got the ladies in the studio waiting for you. Look at that. You know, look at him, Miss Davis. Look at Mr. Jones down there talking about Happy Friday. Kate Jones. So this is what love felt like today. So I had this meeting. So I had the 9 o'clock meeting. So of course I've been up since 4 o'clock. Did my regular and got my he can't see you and he can't see, but Miss Davis said hi to Mr. Jones. So get up at 4 o'clock and yeah, I don't know. Chris, turn on your camera so that you and Miss Jones, I will put y'all on the screen. I mean, you and Miss Davis. I just don't want Miss Davis to have to be out there by herself. But Chris, you have to turn on your camera or Mr. Jones come in the studio so that Chris it asks you for a password. Try it again. That it was a mistake. Go back out. Use the really long link. The there's no password needed for you. You're the boss. How you doing, Mr. Robinson? So so we're talking about love in business, compassion in business. This is Wednesday night we talked about self-compassion. But now we're talking about as a leader and a business owner, sharing love and creating an environment. There you go, Mr. Jones. Creating an environment of love. So let me see how I can do this and get this. This does it better. So we got somebody hit the mute button. Make sure that Miss Davis over there getting intoxicated. Yeah, you put it in a water bottle, but that doesn't mean it's water.
It is this time.
Hit your mute button. If you have a problem with that, we know you're getting intoxicated. And if I forget what I was talking about, maybe I'm the one. I'll show you. But with love, anyway, let me go back to what I was talking about with love with Miss Davis today. And the love and how we need love. And we always need love in business. But building a business culture that's based on love, this is not new. Successful businesses and successful leaders have love since the beginning of time. The most successful leaders, Jesus, Muhammad, it's based on love. We remember them and follow them because of what? Love. So but today I was like, because I started my day so early and everything, and I was like having a meeting with Miss Davis. We were talking about investments, her investment portfolio, and everything. And that I was like, you know what? If I don't eat something, I'm going to pass out. So I took my laptop to my kitchen and prayed that Miss Davis, who's right here, right there she is, would be compassionate and loving and allow me to eat in front of her as I worked on her investments. And she did. And I went into my refrigerator and dumped kale and heated up some chicken and ate food and shared screen. And I was tearing it up. One of Miss Davis, I was tearing it up. I know you're muted, but I was.
Yes, you were.
Thank God for you. That's love. I am happy right now because of you. Mr. Jones, she let me eat. I was so hungry. That's love. And I was thinking of yesterday, there was a young lady who had to come and do some work for me. And she said, my last appointment ran late. She said, my last appointment ran late because they needed me to do something else, but I'm coming to you. And it was 12:30. And I said to her, no worries. Grab something to eat. It'll be fine. In return, what? God had mercy on me and had Miss Davis have mercy on me. And today I got to eat. Yeah, and Miss Davis was nice to me. But you know what? Somewhere in the atmosphere, there are still people who do not exercise that type of mercy on their staff, on their people who are coming to help them. And I repeatedly express to people that people don't have to help you. People don't have to be on your team. People don't have to work for you. Like whatever you pay people, they can get somewhere else. I don't understand that people don't understand. That's like people choose to work for you. People choose to help you. Like, and the lie that the color of money is green is just not true. The challenge that we have as business owners and as leaders is to motivate people to want to help you help people. Because we have a purpose and a dream, and the challenge is to motivate others enough to help you make your dream a reality. And a lot of people, their business fails because of their inability to attract others to help them. Have you seen that? Like they just can't be kind enough to others. Look at Willie Andrew Taylor. Willie Andrew Taylor. How you doing?
Very good. Can you hear me?
It is so good to see you. I haven't seen you this year. You made my day.
Thank you.
Look at that member, Willie Andrew Taylor. You don't even know him, Mr. Jones. Say hi to Willie Andrew Taylor. You have met one of the nicest people on the planet, gets to meet one of the nicest people on the planet. Wow.
Thank you.
It is so good for y'all to meet each other.
Oh, Mrs. Jones.
How are you, sir?
That is so cool, Mr. Taylor. Look at that. That's so good. I'm so glad you checked in. I'm mad that it doesn't show, like when I bring you on screen, it doesn't show your name. That's so cool. Mr. Taylor is a retired veteran. That's so cool. I'm so glad that you checked in. I don't know why, Chris, we can't see you on screen. But I'm so glad you turned your video on.
Very good.
Yeah, that's so good. We can see you, Mr. Taylor. You look fantastic. You look great on camera. You should have been a movie star. Look at that. Your wife is great.
She's doing fine.
That is so cool. His wife is a supermodel. That is amazing. That's so good to see y'all. So we're talking about love and how love is good for business. But so many business owners think that love is a sign of weakness. If you bring in this, oh, no worries, everything will be all right. I understand. If that it's a sign of weakness, that if you bring in this, kindness factor, that if you start, dealing from the heart, that is weakness. But in reality, that love is not just appropriate for business, but it is the core of, in my opinion, that it is the core of the reason that business is so important. That I feel that your love for people has to be the reason that you're in business, because of just a desire for money, I believe, is not enough to stay in business. Because there's so many times in business when you're not making money, that to just be in business to make money is not sustainable. Do you feel me on that? That it's like, so if you're just in it, there's so many other things that you could do for money, that it has to be about, I love this, and this business gives me an opportunity to help people in this unique way. This allows me to serve people in this unique way. If you truly believe that if you didn't do this, how could this be done? I mean, that's how I truly believe. That's what keeps me going. That through 9/11, through all types of market conditions, and not knowing when the market will recover, not knowing that you could be there, and you don't know how many people that I'm there for, because their person won't answer the phone. They go, I have this financial advisor, but they won't help me. I've been calling them, especially during the pandemic. No, people are calling, like, my advisor won't answer the phone. They won't call me back. I haven't talked to them. They won't answer me. So like that, that's not love-based leadership. That's not love-based business. So no matter what you're doing, what business you're in, if you are a plumber, you're finishing the job and answering the call that you didn't fix the toilet, that you just left the house and they flushed the toilet and the water is still coming back up, and now you won't answer the phone. And they keep calling and you're not answering the phone. That's not love-based. Love-based business will make you answer the phone and come right back and make sure it's fixed. So love is good for business. and it will give you that motivation, and it'll make you that example, and it'll give you that competitive edge, and it will create a framework of excellence for your organization, and it will create a culture for your employees, and your customers will feel that you truly appreciate them as a customer, right? And so research actually shows that people who work in an environment that feel that it is that actually feel affection, tenderness, care, and compassion for one another. Like this is what I found in Google. It says research shows that people who work in a culture where they feel free to express affection, tenderness, care, and compassion for one another were more satisfied with their jobs and committed to the business and accountable for their performance. So if the employee felt like I'm gonna get attacked because they're gonna yell at me, or they're gonna fire me because I did something wrong, they're gonna I'm gonna lose my job because they don't feel loved, they feel threatened because of that, then they're going to not report what they did wrong. They're not going to admit their error. They're not going to be honest. So love creates more of a honest environment. Like that, okay, last time someone was honest, they appreciated it. And they said, oh, okay, we'll fix it. We got your back. We're not going to throw you under the bus. Mistakes happen. That's love. That's an environment of love and support. But I need y'all feedback on this. Like, is this realistic? Like, do people I've been out of corporate America because this is the atmosphere that I create. But is this where, that is not what I saw in corporate America. I left the corporate environment because they would lie, and I found that frustrating. There wasn't honesty there, and they would lie, and there would not be a commitment to supporting an environment of affection and honesty, and you're only human, and let's get you the help that you need, and let's create a team atmosphere. It wasn't, especially in sales, that the environments that I've always been in. It was more of, let's make sure that y'all don't like each other and undercut each other. And I remember, the boss is always trying to humiliate one another, and using me to humiliate other people, to show oh, she's doing better than you. Here she is, she's the only girl and the only black person, and she's outperforming you. So then that makes everybody else not like me, and then I have to go through that. Here I am, the only black and the only woman, and everybody's gonna be mad at me. It's so because you did something right, and instead of just acknowledging the right, you got to compare it. You know what I mean? So you got to make it into a negative, or into So it's or it's going to be taken that way. So we leaders have to create a positive environment to create a sisterhood. Like, wow, today, let's have our sister speak on how she had, a great month. See if she has any tips, some things that she can share on some things that went well for her. And she might have some ideas that everything, you know what I'm saying? And then what? It improves my confidence. It increases their performance. That's a team atmosphere. And they can respect me as a professional and not see me as a competitor. And then I can also increase your leadership skills of that, but, no, you just increase and make the person even more ostracized. But I don't know, I think that when you are the business owner, you have to be so emotionally intelligent that you have to, even though you are trying to make sure that your business is making money, you have to make sure that you are not creating a hostile environment in your attempt to create more profit. That you are instead being emotionally in tune. And one thing is to focus on making emotional deposits. I've seen it called that, that you're actually putting positive emotional experiences into the workplace so that so many good things are happening in your business and in the business experience, in the customer's experience, that when something bad does happen, there's so many good things that have happened that the negative doesn't really matter. No.
JB, let me speak on you talking about. This is a reference. At one of my jobs, we have something called the Star Award. So that's a program that offers recognition for when you've done something over and above, exceedingly beyond what is considered the norm. So you're given the other employees given the opportunity to say, JB assisted with this, that, and the other. We reduced error fraction, the item count has gone up as a result of what she had performed or the task that she performed the week before last or what have you. So we have the opportunity to vote you, whomever. And it's a recognition kind of thing to say, JB gets started. Along with that, maybe a $25 gift certificate. So the HR department rolled out this program to help with employee enhancement. And they determined overall it helps in productivity and it helps reduce the error count. So that's something that is good. My other job, it is pointing, make a mistake, you will be called on the center, and it's not quite, you're hanging out there by yourself more of the time than not. So there is no, like, support, any kind of employee enhancement, nothing to make you feel that you may be perhaps valued. So on one hand, yes, that's a big positive. On the other hand, not so positive. And those are both corporate jobs.
Which one pays the most?
The one where there's fingerprinting. The one where we have the program rolled out where referred to as Star Award and employee recognition, that one pays less.
Pays less?
That's a production environment that I'm working into.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
Yep.
the mute yourself for me. I'm gonna respond. So the sometimes, like oftentimes, the only like thing that they can do to keep people in those negative environments is to pay them more. So in those negative environments, that's what you'll find they'll have to pay, and they don't even realize it. Like that other one, that positive environment, they can pay less, and probably the company's more profitable. You know what I'm saying? Because the people are happier. and like, and you see from that situation that pay isn't everything. You know what I'm saying? Like those people are, and their retention at that at that job might be even longer at the lower pay one. You know what I'm saying? Because people might be hopefully happier there because it's a more peaceful and a more rewarding environment. Where the higher pay job, they're getting people who are just, I'm here because you pay. You know what I'm saying? But slip up and see if I don't leave. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, in it to win it. And they'll end up with an environment of, I'm not going to do you any favors. And that's sad because typically the customers lose out. And the customers will, can feel it. I think customers can feel when people are unhappy. When the customer, you can feel like say you go to a school, like, you've been to like some elementary schools and you get to the front desk and stuff, like, not you're like, and they're like, hi, and it's like, oh my goodness, I feel sorry for the kids that go to school here, like, but and then you'll go to another school and the front desk is happy as they can be, like, but you are getting an energy from an environment, from the people there. And I think the businesses don't realize that it makes a difference, to the people, what they, what your people are sending out to your customers. But they don't, but like that, on that one, it might not matter because, like you said, they're in the back and they think they're so far from the customers, you know what I mean, that it doesn't matter. So they'll just, I'm going to pay them well. And, they're so distant from the customer that they think they're getting away with it. But the morale within there, it also matters. Because they have to train, and the expenses of having to train people over and over and over. And, do you have higher turnover on that job? But all of those things, the leaders, should be looking at. But it would be interesting, wouldn't it, just to see those numbers. Like, which one is actually more profitable? No, and I would think probably the first one, because their payroll is lower, and I bet their turnover is lower, and their people are higher. Because as the research showed, an environment with more love does have happier people.
And also, the second job, we have 3 different shifts. So the one that's most favored is the late night shift. You don't have supervisors and bosses and breathing down your neck. You don't hear a pin drop on that shift.
Wow.
The first shift, you can't volunteer on that one at all. And then we have one in the midday that's kind of mediocre. but I am Saturday, Sunday, so I'm just a sheer weekend work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the most of the tension is when the supervisors are there.
Like right now, this would not be true.
Wow. Wow.
For me.
That's just poor leadership.
Um, it's a competition between supervisors, kind of like whose group maybe kind of indirectly competes against the other group. Marginally, our error ratio is far lower than yours or hers or whatever. You know, we have more meetings, side meetings, and our group tends to discuss the things that maybe B and C don't necessarily agree with or whatever. Therefore, in an indirect way, the supervisor is competing with the other supervisor. It does generate tension, and it's felt among the people who
No.
report to these supervisors. You
Yes.
have a lot of that.
Yes. Yes. And you don't and this also has something to do with how they're being compensated.
Probably, yeah, most likely.
So sad.
Yeah,
So
that's
sad.
just the first shift. All others are okay, but you know, and the turnover ratio is very low on that late night shift.
Mm.
People have been there 20 and 30 years, and they're not going anywhere. Like my husband's may work late at night, so they're working late night. All children have to be on the bus at 7 in the morning, that kind of thing. So, yeah,
Wow.
on that shift for a specific reason.
Amazing. And so and it's some more ways on how they could deal with those, issues. Like the is to really focus on making more of those positive deposits into those experiences of most likely those supervisors haven't really developed a good foundation of trust with their employees. Like, because they've probably only focused on supervision. Clock in, what time you get here, this and this and that. And they really haven't had any time to just focus on relationship building and becoming humans again. And I say again because of the pandemic, they may not have been spending a lot of time together. No. And then now they're starting to get back together and people don't want to be together. So they're mad that they have to be together in the first place. So it's like, how do you make, these people like you and they're mad at you because they have to be there in the first place? So it's about becoming selfless, really, in an environment that they feel that you're being selfish about them being there. They're like, aren't you, being mean, making me come in here to work? And, and so it's like, how do really, we really need to focus on how do I bring the love into this experience and make them feel better about being here and realize that it's more to life than money. It's more to life than money to them. They're leaving their families now. They're putting their health at risk. They're leaving their dog behind, their cat behind, their health decision behind. They used to take a walk every day at lunchtime. They used to, whatever they used to do, whatever it might be. But, these are all your things that you have that they're dealing with that we need to think about as the leader that you may be choosing to not really even consider. Right, Ms. Muhammad? That we should just think about.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? And our love quotient.
Yes.
Like, you just keep saying hi to everybody. You're so sweet. Peace right back at you. Assalamu alaikum. Amen. You're so sweet. So they're talking about how to be successful at showing that your love is for real, because you really, and this is a key point in business, you cannot fake it. I remember telling a brother that was starting an organization, and I told him, I said, you can't fake this. If we even think that you're not for real, we will throw you out. We'll spit you out. I should have said I will, because some people don't care if you fake or not. But I'll spit you out. So word says, you know what I'm saying? You got to be for real. That don't, as a leader, you have to be dedicated to keeping it real. If you care. Don't fake like you care and then not really care. Because you have to really be about love. You got to show love a whole lot more than you don't show love. Because if you don't show love and think that you are going to be able to get away with a mistake and it's going to be okay, you're not. You better show a whole lot of love, because everybody makes mistakes. But you better have a whole bunch of positive in the basket so that when something goes wrong, you are right. It says that statistically, you got to do 4 things right in order to be able to get away with 1 thing wrong. But Mr. Jones says no, it's about 10 things right to get 1 thing wrong. He said, if you're a black man, right? 20. 20 things right, 1 thing wrong. And they still only remember the 1 thing wrong. But you got to, you know what I mean? It is a messed up ratio. And you're like, oh my goodness, all that I did right. And all you can remember is this 1 thing that I did wrong. It is really messed up. You were like, la 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 la. They come to your restaurant 20 times. Now, 1 time they came to your restaurant and you burnt the chicken. They will not forget the 1 time you burnt that chicken. It is real. You need to tell your people they better be on the right side. If you want to be a good business, be on the right side of right. Be on the right side. I mean, you have to be committed to thorough. Somebody posted a picture the other day of Bill Russell blocking. And like he was blocking, and there was another player on his team that was like under him, and they were like, and he was that his team player was here. He went over the person on his team. The person was like, the other person was, he blocked over the other person on his team to stop the other person. You know what I mean? Because this person on his team was weak. Nowadays, somebody would say he's doing too much. In business, we're never doing too much. If you got a business and somebody that works for you or with you is not doing what they need to do, you got to make sure you block. A plate is falling. They forgot to put they forgot a napkin. They forgot, whatever. You see, something, my assistant says, oh, JB, you forgot the computer cord or, whatever. They're not doing too much. That's called taking care of the customer, making sure I'm on point. Right? Mr. Jones says they go right to social media with that burnt chicken. Exactly. They never went to social media with all the times you did it correctly. But with the burnt chicken, look at this thing. Chicken George burnt this chicken. Talking about they the best chicken. They ain't not. Chicken George better get it straight. Kizzy mad. Miss Kizzy mad. I don't know what she doing. Oh my goodness. So definitely don't fake it. If you're about doing it right and you make a logo, we do chicken right, then do chicken right. That's love. And then and this is a challenge for a fixer because I'm a fixer. So I have to learn to listen. Because sometimes people just want to be heard. They just want to be heard. But I have this desire to just fix. But sometimes people just want to be seen and they just want to be heard. And I have to realize that and accept that and let that go. Yes. Having attention to the detail. Thank you, Mr. Walton. It's not doing too much. Having attention to details is love. That's what true love is in business. That is commitment. Yeah, you go somewhere, and then some people will say, well, that I don't know, that some people will say a restaurant really doesn't matter. Like they'll think that, if I use my business of doing a stock trade or something, that matters, but a restaurant doesn't matter. But it's not true. A restaurant matters. A plumber matters. A ditch digger matters. A stockbroker matters. A hairstylist matters. A nail tech matters. A baker matters. In my opinion, now I've heard people tell me to the contrary. I've had family members tell me that there is a pecking order and a priority of whose career and life choices of what priority. But I don't receive that. I believe that God gave everybody is here on purpose, and everything is on purpose. And I believe that everybody should feel a sense of responsibility that you got to do exactly what God put you here to do. That you are a leader in your responsibility. I don't care if your responsibility is to get up and feed the family cat. That's your responsibility, and you better do it, and you better do it well. And you should have an attention to responsibility to that. And you have to do what? Go to the closet, get the bag out, open the bag, pour the things, take the bag, close the bag, put it back. How many people cannot put it back in the closet? What do? Take the bag out, pour it in there, pour this food all over everywhere, So when everybody gets up, the cat food is all over wherever. Why does everybody have to know that the cat food is everywhere? So to me, this person already has said that they have no attention to detail. So they have already decided that I am not a leader. I'm not a leader. So they go, why does that matter? That's only cat. That's only me feeding the cat. That doesn't mean that I can't be president of the United States. It's just that I don't want to feed the cat, and I don't want to put the cat food away, and I don't want to so and so. But no, I'm telling you, I don't want you to be the president of my United States. Now, you can be the president of somebody else's United States, but if I had a choice, I wouldn't vote for you because you have no attention to detail and you don't have love in your heart. Because if you have love in your heart, you would want to make sure that you wouldn't want other people to wake up and have to have cat food all up under their feet. And you wouldn't want the kitchen to be a mess. And you wouldn't want cat food to be wasted. And you wouldn't want, you see what I'm saying? Because that represents to me your lack of interest in the American economy. What do you mean that has anything to do with the American economy? Well, yes, it does. Because the cat food, it means that you waste money. That means that you don't care because that's millions of dollars all over here. So that means you can't manage money. That's Social Security, and that's all of the housing, and that's all the stuff that you'd be millions of dollars that you'd be managing. You can't. That's how we need to make sure that our young people realize that that's what love is. Because that's what we need to be teaching them. Everything that we do matters. Everything. That's why the word says that things should be done decent and in order, because we're learning from day one how to manage our life. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not that, people don't think that they need to take time to do things with their young people. You know what I mean? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I remember we would do things, we would go to bed, and we'd be knocked out asleep. My dad would wake us up in the middle of the night. My dad would wake us up, make us go downstairs to the basement where we would play, and make us clean it up. And he was like, I told y'all to put it away. He would make us put every toy away. We would be in like comas. Every toy, every item, everything that he told us to do, he would make us do it. Everything had a place. Everything. He won't play it. But that's about love. And the fact that he took the time to make sure that we learned to do that made a difference in my life. And now I don't go to sleep when I'm tired. Where do I go to sleep? When I go to sleep, Mr. Jones?
You don't.
I go to sleep when it's done.
When it's done.
I go to sleep when it's done. You know what I'm saying? Because that mentality. Go to sleep when it's done. I get really mad when I go to sleep when I'm tired. I'm like, what in the world? Oh my goodness. That's why I wanted that chicken so bad a few hours ago. I said, well, I'm so hungry. Because when you don't get enough sleep, you get hungry. So you got to make sure you eat the right thing. No, it's tearing that chicken up. You have to eat the right thing. Miss Davis is like, she's still talking about that chicken. Yes, I'm still talking about that chicken. I didn't sleep a lot last night. But I was like, woo! Life is good. We're talking about attention to detail. Let me close it out for y'all. So listening and reflecting. Listening is so important, and realizing that some people just want to be listened to. So I'm learning now sometimes to just listen. Like, because since, like, I'm such a, like, resolver, like, now I just go, like, do you want my opinion? Do you want my answer, or do you want me to just listen? Because, a lot of people, especially women, a lot of times they do not want your opinion. Y'all need to learn that. They just want to be heard. They can care less what you think. Do not give them a solution. Just listen. So sometimes, like, showing love is just listening, acknowledging, and I have to say, JB Bryan, back off, because a lot of friends I have lost by giving great advice. It is great advice, but they don't want to hear it. And I just have to learn to shut up. Don't want to hear it.
Then they were not your friends.
Yeah, don't want
If
to
you
hear it.
lost them because you gave them great advice, they weren't your friends from the start.
Yeah, they don't want to hear it. Yeah, exactly. Don't want to hear it. Did we hear it? Have you ever?
And I say that because sometimes you talk about love in the business.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, you and I have talked. Sometimes we can't stomach tough love. What they call it, tough love.
Amen.
It's telling the person the truth about something.
Amen.
And sometimes, yes, you're right. You have to listen. The person want to be heard, because the majority of the time the answer lies right within that person.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. 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 But the truth. Everybody's not a lover of truth. You love truth.
That's correct.
Amen. You know what I'm saying?
Some can't identify truth.
Amen.
They don't know what's truth. They so far away from reality that they don't know what the truth is,
Amen.
for themselves,
Amen.
And then to tell someone the truth out of love,
amen,
they can't accept it.
Amen.
So they don't want to be your friend.
Amen.
They think you're trying to hurt them, but it's not that.
Amen.
You're trying to tell them the truth about something so they can recognize and become better. That's the love.
Amen. 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 It's so
So
sad.
when you see me falling, please tell me the truth.
Amen. Amen. That's the way I feel. There's
Yeah,
nothing
tell me the
hurts
truth.
more when you look back and you realize that people watched you. People watched you hurt yourself.
Yeah.
That's really harmful.
Yes.
And we should, I believe, in a loving environment, we should intervene. We
Exactly.
should. And I mean, I believe that. I truly believe that.
Right.
I believe that we should intervene. Like when Chris put on that bandana this morning, I said, Chris, don't put on that bandana.
He is fun. Oh my
Nada.
She said, I'm putting on a bandana. I said, Chris,
Don't fall.
don't put on the bandana. Let it go, girl. You ain't sweating. But she is just, what you
Might not be,
sweat? What
might
you,
not be first time, but I'm
what you
sweating.
sweat? What you sweat?
I'm
That's a
sweating. It might not be
sweatband.
the first time.
That's a sweatband. What you said sweatband? What you sweat?
No, you know what this is?
What is it?
A belt to my bathrobe. Now. Gotcha, gotcha.
That is too funny.
Woo! Only in America. Only in America, you little Indian queen. You know that's right. You are good, girl. You are good. I know you got me right. You can keep that on. You can keep that on. Because that is one of a kind. Bad rope girl.
One of a kind.
Nobody else has a rope like that. And you can wrap your head. Woo! Come on, girl. Yes, you do. So, also, I believe that keeping love in the business encourages people to feel comfortable with just acknowledging how they feel, saying, what things are important to them. Like it allows them to express, oh, I'm uncomfortable with that, or this happened to me, or like a brother was telling me the other day, he was in a corporate environment and they were asking him to come back in, and he said he was having so much anxiety that he presented to the corporation about his anxiety, and they because of what he presented, his whole department does not have to go in. So that is a good thing for that company, because they received it, they acknowledged it. That's a good show of love for that corporation, and and instead of just only letting him stay home, they let everybody in his department stay home, and that was good. Like and but and also for a brother to be honest and say, hey, I'm having anxiety and I'm not ready to go back into the workplace. I really admire him for doing that. And I think that everybody, should get comfortable with articulating what they're feeling. And I think that if we can have a business that makes employees feel comfortable expressing themselves, how powerful is that? How powerful is that? And I think you should be proud when you have a company that, like, don't feel like that's a loss, or oh, these people are getting on my nerves, or these employees are. I think that we should see that as a good thing as a business owner, that your staff or team feels that comfortable with you, that they will express themselves that way, and that they want to be with you. They just aren't ready for whatever move that you're making. And so I believe that overall, I believe that the reason my business has sustained as long as it is because I have kept love at the core of the business. That I've always been honest about my life experiences, where I am, personally, with my business, with my clients, about where what I am in, what I'm going through, wherever I am, and and I think that has helped. I've never made them feel like, oh, I have that there's this private life and then there's business. Like, my business is my life. Like, I have grown through my business. And if it's and it's just always been that way. Like it is my business is my lifestyle. And it, I don't, and I don't regret it. I don't regret it. And I love it. I love what I do, and I love serving my clients, and I appreciate the amount of research that is out there now, encouraging leaders and business owners to allow compassion, kindness, love, sincerity, and truth to be at the core of their business. And I hope that Black businesses will embrace it as well.
Yeah, JB, I agree with that to a certain point. I think I made a comment on the private chat. Yeah, that I think that business leaders should be compassionate, but you have to deal with the relationship that you have, I guess, with your customers or clients or whatever, because you can have people that are users too, and they find that you're too sweet. They sometimes want to take advantage of you. So you have to look at it as a totality.
Mm-hmm. But you know that it's okay to fire people. You can fire customers. Um, and in our business, and yours in real estate as well, and financial services, because of the legalities of it, we are encouraged to fire customers. I can't afford not to. So I cannot, keep nor allow myself to be connected to everyone that wants to be connected with me. So you don't just make sure, like, I mean, they even like give us the document, the letter, to write on, firing customers. So it's like you just they have to go um do that because you come from love, but everybody else doesn't come, from love. The yes, and I develop a personal relationship with my clients. So if I can't develop a personal relationship with the person, they have to go. The I don't change me. You say, I told my daughter yesterday, you can't change people, you change people. You can't change. You just don't, like, you can't change people. They don't come, like, I remember one time a man came in my office and he said, I just want to let you know, I don't believe in God. I said, okay. I said, I just want to let you know, I do. and, and it's going to come out of my mouth all the time. I said, so you going to be uncomfortable with me. I was so glad, like, he went away. I'm like, is somebody gonna be comfortable with me? I talk about God. I talk about God right up there with how much I talk about food. Me and food and God. I talk about God more than food. Come on. I don't know what he was thinking. Somebody should have told him.
Yeah.
So but you got to be true to God first. The that's like something I'm not compromising on. God, hip hop.
But JB,
Look, they come in my office. I don't like no rap music. You might want to get another advisor, cause some young thug gonna be up in here.
That's too funny. Oh. Oh.
even with the natural health course, we got a choice whether to keep a client or if they feel like you're not servicing them to their expectations, we got a right to tell them, well, if you think you get services somewhere else, then by all means do that.
That's
Yeah, we
right.
got a right to do that as well.
But like you might like run into someone who's doing drugs. You need to sever your ties with them. You know what I'm saying? Like you will have a letter and you will say, I think that we need to no longer work together. You cannot continue to work with them if they choose to continue to do drugs.
Or not do work the program. Keep coming back and
They're not even doing it.
they're not
Exactly.
working the program.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
you're just
Exactly.
wasting your time and mine.
Exactly. Or they insist on writing checks and their checks keep bouncing.
Yeah.
And you're like, look, I've deposited your check 3 times and you will not cash at me. And, you know, whatever. They won't use your form of payment and their form is not working.
Right.
That's terrible. Yeah, you definitely, no matter what your form of business is, you have the right. Even in a restaurant, you don't have to serve everybody. Like it's like if they don't wear shoes, you don't have to serve them. They come in with a hat on and you don't like hats. Please take your hat off. You put a sign up, please take off your hats. You don't like people with cuss words on their t-shirts or whatever, profanity. You know what I mean? You have a sign of no profanity on your t-shirts or whatever, on your clothes or whatever. Like, you know, I said it's on the sign, please take that t-shirt off. Or, do you have something else to put on?
Right.
You don't have to, we don't have to do that.
I think everything has words and conduct and things and rules you have to abide by. Even the stoplights. If everybody decided to break the law, can you imagine everybody going? The light is red and everybody say go.
Amen.
There's rules and regulations and codes
Amen.
to everything. If
Amen.
you want it to be successful,
Amen.
and they have to abide by them or not.
Amen. Like the church says, "Come as you are," and I feel that there should be some limits to that.
Yeah, you can't stay as you are.
Amen. I feel that they should say, "Come as you are," but they should have a dressing room with clothes. Like I went to a church and they had like women with short skirts and halter tops on. I don't think that's appropriate. And it's just my opinion. But if I was the leader of it, I would not allow it. And I would say, we have a dressing room with dresses for women. And you're happy to because if you go to a Muslim environment, they will take you to cover yourself. You know what I mean? And they have ways to cover you. Well, they're not going to let you go in there. You know what I mean? They're not going to let you go in there. So I feel that come as you are to the door and in, and you can go into my TV room. But there are certain things that are in this word that are how you're supposed to look. And you're lying to people if you say it doesn't. It's like, don't lie, like, and make them think that the word isn't about some discipline, because it is. You're gonna have to live by some discipline. Right. And that's what it's about. It's a rule book. Yeah. It's a rule book. It's a way of life. Like, don't lie to them. That's why, that's where everything, it's a rule book. We're all confused and nobody want to have any rules.
Yeah, but you got so many people that take these rules to the ultimate limit. I mean, you have people that say you can't wear lipstick in church. They're supposed to be so holy. You don't wear lipstick. You can't wear earrings and all that.
But you should know. So you should know, though. Don't play with me. If I come in there and y'all don't like my lipstick, don't let me come in here. I need to know from day one. So then I know y'all don't like my lipstick. I'm walking somewhere else. Let me go somewhere else, because you let them come in, but if you let me come in, the day, and I have on my lipstick, don't fake it. All I'm saying is, remember I was saying, just don't fake it. Don't act like you really let me come as I am. If you really are about that, then don't say that. You see what I'm saying? Then let me stay that way.
I think basically what happens once the people, say for instance, say so-called out of the world come in to supposedly the Lord, they once you hear the word, if it's preached correctly, they'll change. Most people will change
Yeah.
because they can't stay
But it
there under
shouldn't
that
be based
word.
on that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it really shouldn't be based on that. Like, I mean, I love God and I like my red lipstick, but my connection with love is in connection with that, or my love for hip hop, or my love to say cuss words. It's not, you know, about substance.
Because JB,
I
somebody
mean,
will
you know
tell
what I'm saying?
you,
But I don't.
somebody
I mean,
will,
you know. But I'm just
somebody
saying,
will
like.
tell
But
you,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, you know.
but
But,
JB,
but
somebody will tell you in so-called kingdom, you loving hip hop, that's not loving God.
that's
I'm
right.
telling you, they will dissect
That's
and tell
right.
you what you should love and what you shouldn't love. Okay, so
That's right. That's right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, like, that when you love should be consistent. Like, love should just be, your love should be love. Like, is your love conditional? I don't believe that God's love is conditional the way it is presented in a lot of different institutions that we have. But at the same time, I feel that people shouldn't wear halter tops in church, though. But you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that. But at the same time, I'm saying we should dress a certain way. But that's the way I've been socialized. But the maybe we, I don't know. But maybe we should wear halter tops. So then maybe that's how we in church, so that the love is open. So that, like, that's more loving thing to do. Yeah. So then
altar
I can
top,
play and my hip hop. I'm bringing my hip hop into
right?
church too.
Altar top versus
Me,
hip hop.
Young Thug, and the halter tops are all coming in. That's right. Change the world. That's how we change the world. Bring the love. Bring the love. But but there's some truth to that. Like, sometimes people could argue that if you're saying love is love, then you're faking it. If the love has to be based on, if you don't do this and you don't do that. But the word does have all these rules on that. My love doesn't have all those rules, but that love does have those rules. But when you have a business, your love can have its own rules, its own structure. Right, Chris? That's all. Our business,
Well,
our business
I
sets
don't,
up its own structure, its own rules.
I don't know what's mine. It's a relative. It's a bit different, JB.
But your business is that. Like, you have your own structure. That's the blessing of having your own business. You
Well,
get
the,
hmm
the thing is, we have ethics and certain guidelines we have to follow that I might not be personally agree with something, um, as far as diversity and all of this, but I have to follow the rules and guidelines that the commission and the board sets forward, or I could lose my license. Yes, there's certain things that I don't agree with,
True.
but I have to go along with it if I want to keep a realtor's license.
True. But they don't supersede love, though. Never let them supersede love. Basic love. Always. Always. always, love for the customer is always going to be good. Y'all be good. We good. Love y'all. I know that. I love y'all.
Everybody have a safe and blessed
Love
weekend.
you
Thank
too.
you. I love y'all. Don't wear no halter top, Mr. Jones. I know that.
You know
Don't
what?
go into church dancing and hip hopping, JB, and rapping.
I'm going looking for that church with the altar top.
I will send you the address. You looking for that? Exactly. Where was it? Amen.
So
That was a smart idea. You right. Take care. I know that's right. Take care. Bye bye now. Exactly. Michael's like, yeah.